Ho 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 ho. We got a juicy mail opening today, and unlike my mail openings recently, this one will not be waiting a few weeks to be opened. Like, for example, this parcel that's meant to be getting mail opened on my music channel, which has been waiting for 2 months. I need to be in the right mood for it. But what we have today is the Mattel Creations Headbangers 2-pack. First of all, I want to talk about how some people reporting that their boxes have been arriving damaged. Not just Headbangers, but other sets too. I look at the quality of this box and I'm thinking, really, Mattel Creations? This is like a bang average quality box. No shipper or anything, unless the shipper is inside. And there's a bit of a dent in it here, which I can't show you because all my details are there. There's a bit of a punch in there. Someone's headbanged this up. I wouldn't be surprised. But, you know, these figures, they're supposed to be for a figure fed. And if this box is in pristine condition, me being me, these being more expensive figures, more of a, like in a presentation style box, etc., it's probably better that they arrive damaged, so I open them, otherwise I'll never do it. But anyway, yeah. And if you're a guy like me, you have been waiting your entire life for this figure set to be made. The last Headbangers action figures were bone crunching action. Apart from, I think they might have had some indie figures, like indie retro kind of things, or indie BCAs or something. Other than that, bone crunching action is the last time they did the Headbangers. I don't really understand why, like, Jax never touched the Headbangers, especially with Titantron Live, but also maybe from Classic Superstars. I understand it could have been a copyright issue with, like, the t-shirts and everything, but it's not like they didn't change a t-shirt in Titantron Live ever, like, you know, Chris Jericho with his shut the heck up t-shirt and things like that. And also, it's not really like, I'm pretty sure there's plenty of Titantron Live figures out there that have t-shirts on that they never wore. They could have literally just had, like, the Headbangers. It could have just said Headbangers on the shirt, or they could have had the thing, you know, the thing where it's like one of them and one in the bottom and Headbangers, you know, the logo kind of thing. They could have just had that. And with Titantron as well, like with the rubber skirts and everything, it's like, well, they had Raven with his shirt round his waist. They could have just done that going all the way around. I don't know, it feels like they were glaring for Titantron figures. I mean, we got so many Titantrons, like, where were the Headbangers? Maybe they were gone by then, I don't know. How long were they around? I really don't know. But anyway, yes, Jesus, this is bad. Oh, dearie me. Okay, right, so first of all, we did have a couple of air pockets above the box. So we can imagine that dent in the top is not necessarily what has caused the dent in the box. Look at the state of this. Look at that. That's huge. And you can see it's squashed as well. Like that's been fully compressed. Bit of like plastic damage there. You can see the corners ripped. Like, these things are a mess. This is really bad. Yeah, exactly this. This is the exact logo I'm talking about that they could have put on Titantron Live figures. Dearie me, like, okay, right, maybe, you know, I did say that maybe it would be better if they arrived damaged, if the box arrived damaged, but I don't really mean it needs to be this bad. Like, that's terrible, that's so bad. And this is Mattel Creations, like, this is a premium service that they offer. This is Peel's extra money for a special exclusive product that we send straight to you, and look at the state of it. That's terrible. Ignoring that for a bit, let's try and focus on the positives. So, we've got 2 Attitude Era action figures that we have not seen in decades. WWE logo, Elite Collection there. We've got this spider web style Headbangers opening there, and then we've got the action figures on the inside. We have the Raw is War sort of steel mesh background, like interview set. That'll be very useful. I'll be using that in my figure fed, I'm sure. And of course, we've got Mosh and Thrasher. Mosh, incidentally, follows me on Instagram, and you should too. Thrasher doesn't. Sort it out, mate. You can see that the set's actually really good. But when you look at, like, the heads in here, I feel like, how did these not get Classic Superstars? Like, I'm just looking at the heads and thinking, like, these actually look like Classic Superstar heads. And they're really good figures, to be honest. The likeness is really good. The paint job is really good, so that's good. Because obviously, you know, we get a lot of this recently where these WWE Elites aren't particularly getting the best paint jobs. And when you're purchasing it blind straight from the Mattel website, you can't exactly you know, look at what the paint jobs are like, but they are really good. We got the soft goods t-shirts and skirts as well, and of course the classic World Tag Team Championship belts. They have the small chains around their necks. I've seen Thrasher with like the limp wrist in box far too much. And of course, oh, actually, I've only just realised we've got no interchangeable hands. No interchangeable hands with this one. I was just about to say it doesn't matter so much because we'll just pop them off for different hands if they are loose. Well, I mean, we're still going to be able to do that, but we don't actually get any interchangeable hands with them. So that's a bit mid. And we also have the silver elbow pads on Thrasher, of course. Really, really cool. We got the spray paint look on the side of the box, and then the headbangers on the back. Tongues out, of course. The Attitude Era produced some of the most unforgettable tag teams in WWE history. You can say that again. And one of the most memorable was Mosh and Thrasher, the Headbangers. The two bald-headed, skirt-wearing metalheads were known for hanging and banging, both inside and outside the ring. Wasn't Gangrel known for that as well? Leading to a World Tag Team Championship reign. It says here, Mattel, empowering generations through damaged boxes. But thankfully, we've got Service Mattel there as well, so we know where we want to complain to. And then we've got all the legal jargon on the bottom as well, and a picture of Mosh and Thrasher on the side, where the nice ripped corner is. Nice ease of access there. Oh dear me. But other than that, if you're a UK-based collector and you are wondering about Mattel Creations, aside from the condition of this box, which is, I'll say again, dire, my experience has been very positive, to be fair. It's fine. Like, the shipping is about £9, so it's not too bad. Making the figures all in all come out to about £58, I think it was, which isn't too bad when you consider that this is like a premium set of figures you can't get elsewhere. If you're a mock collector, I wouldn't bother, because like I said, this is not the first instance of this. This is just way worse than I expected it to be, quite frankly. Other than that, it's not too bad. Like, I always assumed it was going to be so expensive to import them from the US, but really not too bad. Actually, I don't even think it was 58. I think it was £56 for the two of them, so like £28 each. Not too bad. With the added bonus for myself that because I knew I was getting them, I sold my old World Tag Team Championships, which actually sold within a day for £30. So that was pretty good. I think after fees, that was something like £26, so knocked £26 off the price of this. Very, very happy with that. And that's me saying that, someone who is very, very tight with money, as the channel will attest to if you're a first-time viewer. If you watch any of my other videos, I'll be going on about how cheap I am. I forgot, on the top, we got the Headbangers logo as well. That's really cool. This is a really nice box, and yeah, I would 100% have been, even if I did convince myself to open it, which obviously I'm probably going to do now, but even if I was saying to myself, oh, I don't want to open it, it looks so good, and I did open it, I'd still be putting the figures back in. Now, maybe not so much. That's pretty dire. I'm going to assume this is probably what I've clickbaited you into the video with, but other than this, the figures are really nice, the belts are really nice, the turnover was still a bit slow, I'm not going to lie. Like, the dispatch of this was still like a good while after American people were already getting them. And I understand it if it's the delivery that takes a little while. And there have actually been problems with importing stuff from the US over the last week or so. And I attribute that to how like long it's taken for these to actually like arrive once dispatched. But the dispatch, you could send this out at the same time you're sending the American ones out, or at least like a day or two later. Ultimately, the main disappointment is the condition of the box. And I don't even know, am I going to complain about this, or well, I really don't know how to feel. Because there's a line where it's like, oh, okay, I'll just eat that, open the figures and so on. And there's a point where it's like, okay, what am I paying £56 for? Like, dearie me. I hope your guys, if you haven't had them already, I hope yours arrive in better condition than this. You know, guys, I finished the video, took the light down, took my phone out, everything, got ready to, like, you know, start editing this thing, and realized that, like, I let the damaged box get in the way of how cool this is. Like, as I said at the start, if you're an Attitude Era guy, if you're a guy like me, you've been waiting for this for so long. You know, it's taken Mattel, like, what, 14 years to make them? Obviously, I know they've just signed a Legends contract, like, this year, last year, probably last year, and we've been really excited about it since that. And Glenn Ruth in particular is very excited about being part of like the action figure community and all that kind of stuff. So I'm sure they would be happy to have lent their licenses to some of the independent manufacturers, etc. But it's so cool to get actual like Mattel Elites in the figure fed. Like, I just feel like the line has been so good this year and also for Attitude Era fans. I feel like my figure fed is like nearing my absolute ideal dream roster. Like, there's very few kind of people I'm still after, and there's very few people that haven't been made at all. People like Al Snow spring to mind, and like, if they could get Gangrel on a Legends deal, all that kind of stuff. There's people like that that I'd still love, but we're really, really honing in on me having everyone I ever wanted. And it's so cool to have this. This really is like a gift to a younger me who, wanted all the Attitude Era guys. Well, didn't even grow up in the Attitude Era. I wasn't a wrestling fan until 2007, but when I got into wrestling, the only game I had was SmackDown 2, so that got me into all the Attitude Era, and I started watching all the stuff on YouTube, and, it was just what I enjoyed the most. Back then, it was like, I didn't really understand the Headbangers gimmick. I didn't get it. Like, I was like, these aren't moshes. Like, this isn't what people, like, look like. Bald, long hair. Come on, guys. And skirts and all this kind of stuff. And, like, T-shirts for, like, artists like Marilyn Manson. When I was a kid, Marilyn Manson was that guy who, the rumor about having his ribs removed and all that stuff. Obviously not remotely true, but, that was who he was and all that kind of stuff. So these guys were just kind of like, what the hell is this? But I still would have adored these at the time. Because, I mean, I was even excited to get action figures of people I hated, because kayfabe was still a little bit alive for me, even though I knew it wasn't real. So, yeah, I still would have been really excited about these, even though I didn't really understand the gimmick. And now, I do understand the gimmick. I think they're great, and obviously I love the Attitude Era, I love all this stuff. And I love the fact that, as I said earlier, Mosh follows me on Instagram. I love that. I love the way he is active in the community. I love any wrestler who's active in, like, the collectibles community, who, gives back to the fans, interacts with the fans, all that kind of stuff. So I just wanted to tack this on again before the bit where I did the end of the video. They are really well made action figures as well. They're really good designs. The likeness is great. You got the tag belts. The soft goods are really cool as well. Just beautiful stuff. Anyway, I think that's more or less everything. So if you want to check out the unboxing of this, it might be very soon. So, yeah, get yourself subscribed. Other than that, if you enjoyed this video, please do like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what you thought. Let me know if you copped this set. Let me know what condition yours arrived in. And there are more WWE figure mail openings in the end screen that you can check out, and lots of other WWE figure content on my channel, plus other content as well. And I really do appreciate you guys joining me, so thank you all for watching, and goodbye. Ever since I found out that their theme song is just called Bangers, maybe Miley Cyrus was a fan, there was this old meme a while ago, probably nearly like, I think it was like 2016, about this English football player called Jamie Vardy, who posted a tweet that just said, "Chat shit, get banged," many years before he was a successful footballer. And it was a bit of a meme when he was like scoring goals, top of the Premier League kind of thing. And it's definitely going to be their catchphrase about figure fed, quite frankly. Yeah.